He's definitely up there with like top three.
He's in
top three
he
easily.
might make you top three.
Yeah. Horrible defender.
Yeah.
It's all defender that you're nervous to play against. Sounds like a lion's coming behind you.
Gabby. We keep saying you're obviously Aston Villa's record Premier League goal scorer.
Yes.
And you've obviously
indeed.
and you've obviously come up against many defenders in your time.
Yeah.
Premier League, international, the like. So, we're going to have a chat today and you're going to rank your toughest defenders you've played against. But I'm going to name a few to start.
Okay.
So we've obviously got the likes of Rio Ferdinand from the Premier League, John Terry, Nemanja Vidic, Jamie Carragher, Ledley King, Ricardo Carvalho and Sol Campbell. But before we get into those sort of players, I want to have a chat first about Giorgio Chiellini, because I remember a few months ago we had a chat about him when you faced him under 21, and you said how tricky he was. So just tell everyone, what was that like facing up against one of the best defenders?
I think at that age, he was a lot more athletic as well at that young age, than what people probably remember of him in his last stages at Juventus. But very technical and clever. If you're going to make the run in the channel, he'd already be running before the ball's played. Do you know, like clever players like Chiellini and football brains of defenders? He wouldn't come sprinting out when the ball's coming to your feet. He'd be more like, if he doesn't want to, he's in behind.
And if you had to pick, before we rank obviously these players, if you had to pick one individual battle you've had with a defender where you walked off the pitch, you didn't get a sniff, who's the first player who comes to mind?
Vincent Kompany.
Really?
More aggressive than you.
Yeah.
Cleverer than you. Is that everything?
Is he vocal as well?
Vocal?
Because
the ball come and you jump through a header and it sounds like a lion's coming behind you. when you jump for a header.
Yeah.
You jump and you go, ah!
Yeah.
When you headed the ball. Honestly, like...
That's the thing, because he seems vocal, but I never think he seems horrible.
No,
he seems nice.
Dirty, horrible, aggressive, taking everyone. He's definitely up there with like top three.
He's in
top three
he
easily.
might make you top three.
Yeah. Horrible defender.
Yeah.
It's all defender that you're nervous to play against.
Really?
And like, how am I going to get past this guy? Can't try and knock it. It's going to embarrass me. Even though I'm one of the quickest in the Premier League. Rio Ferdinand very tough because he was like quick as well. Clever defender, very tough to play against. John Terry as well. You couldn't really get past JT. He was clever. Like I said about Chiellini, JT. You want to run a channel, he's already gone. Knew when to come short with you. Knew when to be a bit dirty, but just a top defender, very good on the ball as well. And Ledley King. Whenever you played against Ledley, it was a tough game. Quick, strong,
just
aggressive.
Really, wasn't it?
Left foot was like very good. Like just these sort of defenders, like they're hard to play against because when you play against defenders that are quick.
Any good battles with Jamie Carragher?
Jamie Carragher was a good defender.
Yeah.
He didn't have the pace, obviously, but his positioning was good, aggressive.
Imagine he was
very, very good defender, Jamie Carragher. Yeah, and he'll say, he wasn't in the levels of the elite, but look at the career he had.
Right, now time for the ranking then. So who is going in your number 3 spot?
Number 3, I'm going to go Vincent Kompany.
Yep.
Number 2, John Terry. Number 1, Rio Ferdinand.
What makes Rio Ferdinand then number 1?
I think for me, Rio Ferdinand is between him and JT. There's not much to choose out of it. He could be joint first, to be honest, because both of them, had the length of their careers at the top. You talk about John Terry, Rio Ferdinand for like 12, 15, 16 years. Rio Ferdinand probably a little bit more because of the pace. The pace he had was a nightmare for defenders. For attackers. But John Terry, the way he used to like either foot, you didn't know what foot he was.
Yeah.
And to play against John Terry with Villa, you've seen it even more.
Yeah.
Probably the best technical player at the club when he come.
Really?
Yeah, so
his
good.
age as well.
Honestly, like he could do kick-ups with tennis balls. He's just so technical. And when you look back, if you watch clips of John Terry when he played, he had that left-footed ping from left side centre half to Basingwa, where he was playing right back for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Pinpoint passes, either foot, no backlift. Outstanding player.
And did it help that those two also played with, Ricardo Carvalho and
of course.
Nemanja Vidic respectively?
Of course, if they played with defenders that weren't great, then they wouldn't have had nowhere near the career that they will say that themselves. Vidic, Carvalho, Gallas, John Terry played with so many top defenders. You know, 100%. If they played with worse defenders, I don't think they would have been as good themselves.